was actually in like one of the groups. So I was like, oh, they don't like me that much. Maybe they're not gonna pick me. And then at the end, they put us all in a group together, and I was like, oh, I think this is it. And then it was it. I DM'd Brady. I was like, oh, that was awesome working with you. Guy was too Hollywood for me. He didn't respond, but we're good friends now.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Make some noise. Okay, so I don't know if it's a question or a statement, kind of a question and a statement, but how was it like going into this, being the first actual teenagers to do the voice of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? Because up until this film, it was, grown voice actors bringing their voices down to sound younger like teenagers, right?
Yeah.
So how much of like your own personalities, because you're currently teenagers in this time, did you get to like put into it?
Yeah, well, folks that kind of know, like we did a whole lot of like improv for the movie, like dang near like 80% of the movie was improv from us. Like we do like a script and then we read the script like one time, but after that, like all the jokes, like we outside and bacon, egg, and cheese, like they just let us like rock out, like Jeff and Seth, they just let us do our thing. But it's definitely like an honor like to be the first teenagers to actually play the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Like at the time, like I was 16 doing it, and it was just like, I think like it didn't really hit me until the movie came out, and I'm like going in theaters and I'm seeing people wear like Mikey mask and turtle shirts, and it's like our versions of the turtles, and I'm doing stuff like action figures. Like we'll go to Target all the time and see figures for the turtles. Like I grew up on like the 2012 version, but to be like go in and like see a figure with my voice in it, like saying cowabunga and all type of stuff like that, is surreal. Like even times and coming to things like this is like surreal. Like of course every kid wants to be some type of superhero or ninja turtle, like it's a dream, like it's super cool. So for me to do it, it's just like, and to have our voices in it and our personalities, like we added a lot. Like we're shooting, and for us to even like grow up and like build a relationship with each other was super important. Like hanging out outside of set and the booth and everything like that, it was just like what you got in the movie was like super authentic. Like whatever you see us doing in the movie, like we have cameras on us, so like 9 times out of 10 if we doing like this in the movie or we're dancing, like except for Mikey twerking in the movie, I wasn't doing that. But it's just like they take that, our actions, our movements. Shout out to the animators that like copy it and do all that, because I know it's a lot of work. Like for example, like one shot could take like up to a week, so like a whole scene could take like a month to 3 months to do, and then that's even if they keep it. Like it's a lot of stuff they didn't keep in there. So it's like, but I don't know, working with like Micah, like as a teenager, like to see him grow up to now, like it's super cool. Living legend. So it's he was super nice, he came prepared, he was funny, everything was authentic. It was a lot, I'll tell you one thing, like it was definitely a lot of curse words in the movie at first that we took out for obvious reasons. But like the scenes with Ice Cube was so cool, like that same way like we were filming together and bouncing off each other, we were able to do that with Ice Cube as well, which was super cool.
Yeah.
Thank you. You guys have a question?
If you had to make a sequel, would you rather have Shredder as the main villain or what kind of?
Well, spoiler alert. If at the end of Mutant Mayhem we do see a shot of Shredder, so I don't think that's so much of a spoiler, but like you definitely gonna see a little vibe of Shredder in the sequel. For
I think
sure.
Shredder is an iconic villain, so I think it's a great question. But I mean, how could you not say Shredder?
Shredder, because like, and that was the thing with, I remember like Jeff was saying, like, we want to have all the mutants in the first one instead of, because in most of the Turtle movies, Shredder just is the main villain. So we wanted to do something different, but definitely get ready to see Shredder in the sequel for sure.
Of course.
Who is your favorite villain to work with in the movie?
Definitely Superfly. I mean,
Ice Cube Superfly.
Ice Cube is the cool, like, genuinely, I'm not trying to, like, overdo it. Like, Ice Cube is one of the coolest, most down-to-earth, like, nicest, funniest people I've ever worked with. And I just think he's just a cool guy to be around and just hang out with, so, yeah.
Yeah, Superfly is...
And he's cool.
It's cool.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
So before your current role of Turtles, who was your favorite turtle?
For me, it was a mix between Donatello and Raphael. I love the color red, but I really like Donnie as a character.
For me, it's the opposite. Like, my favorite color is blue, if you couldn't tell. So it's like I really loved Leo, just being the leader overall, but like the personality and characteristics of Mikey was just always like, he cool, like he the funny one. So yeah.
Hey again.
What's up?
What's up? You've mentioned like 2012 Rise. I'm sure anyone who's familiar with TMNT, they're big with crossovers.
Yeah.
If you guys could do a crossover with any voice cast from live action or animated, who'd you choose?
Ooh. You gonna put me on the spot.
That was a good question.
Because I'm sure everybody in here has their favorites and ones they grew up on.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm gonna let you answer that first.
Yeah, I don't want to, like, I know everyone has a preference, but I think Rise probably, only because, like, I just think, well, obviously the Donatello character, I think it was played really, really well, and I think everyone in that cast had a great, I'm very drawn to people with cool voices, and I feel like everyone in the cast had a really cool voice.
I want to do the 2012 cast so bad. Like, I love 2012 Mikey so much, and this, if you know the voice actor who plays him, his work already is like legendary in the voice actor industry. So it's like,
I feel like 2012 cast is very unique and iconic.
Yeah, so I say 2012 for me.
Could I do one question? Yeah. So there's the big milking scene. Was that your idea? And if not, what was your reaction to it when you first saw it?
Definitely not our idea. That was very interesting. I remember when Jeff kind of introduced the whole idea to us. He was like, "So we have this scene where you guys get milked," and we were like, "What?" And so they actually, a lot of people, like, I don't know if anyone knows this. I don't think we've talked about this. A lot of the scenes where like there's reactions, it's reacting, like they record us reacting to what Jeff or Seth is telling us. Mm-hmm. Like they'll say like, "All right, now what if I told you that you guys get milked in the scene?" It's like, "Oh," like the whole like, "Oh," that's all like live reactions. We're like, "What?"
Literally.
You know what I mean?
It's just like, and it's like we just, with all our personalities, it's like when you can put kids in the booth, it's like we finna say anything. So it's like all the screams like like, and we're all going through puberty. So it's kind of like super, all the voice cracks that you see, that was just in it, and they kept it and they loved it. So it's like all the screams, all the everything, we had like, "Oh my God, yeah," like everything is it's just all pure imagination, and like it's hard to just kind of think of yourself getting milked, so you have to think of yourself as the turtle getting milked. So yeah, it was fun.
Movie, because of our age, at the time, like that was kind of displayed in the movie, and I feel like a lot of people were able to connect more, which is really, really, really cool.
100%. I think that was the charm of this new movie in particular, was the fact that, I for lack of a better term, the brotherhood between the four of you, because you're all around the same age, and like you were saying, Dave, really the first teenagers to ever play this. It's always been grown men doing it at various ages. Here we are, real teenagers, and now in this brotherhood of the four of you, carrying the torch for a new generation that's out there. So it's like a pretty powerful thing. You got the new series. Obviously, there's going to be a sequel, sequels, right, to this. So this is going to be like a long-term investment that you guys are going to have.
Yeah, for sure.
Do we know when the new Tales drops? It's
August 9th. August 9th.
August 9th.
On Paramount Plus. Man, we're doing 12 episodes. Like, So y'all better be binging it when it drop, for sure.
And the toys are on sale now at Target, as you said.
Toys out now.
I found them yesterday.
So, let's hear from anybody in the audience. Anybody have a question for the guys here? All right, we're gonna start with you, and then we'll come over to you guys. There we go. A couple of young folks. Great. Here we go.
Oh, hey, what's up?
What's going on?
I was just gonna ask, is there any specific scenes from either the animation movie or like the current animated series that you guys can share that's very special, I suppose, to you guys, or something that's other than the bacon, egg, and cheese part? That's said, you guys words that you guys did on set. Is there anything else that was just, you know? Awesome?
I mean, there's a lot of scenes. I'm trying to think of one specifically right now, but yeah, there was definitely scenes where Jeff would kind of have us react to something, and like I know I'm not trying to spoil anything, but there's like obviously parts in other parts of the film that were taken out for like specific reasons, and it's like it meant a lot to us, like just to like be able to like do our own thing, and so like those moments like that were unfortunately cut out like still mean a lot to us, and I know we still think about those times just because it was just like us being us and becoming like closer with each other.
Yeah, I think one scene, because it's like any animated movie, there's a handful of scenes that get took out, you know, because they want the most as possible when we shoot it. I remember for me, like it was one scene that I really did enjoy that didn't make the movie, which was like kind of Mikey being sentimental to his brothers, where it was like he was kind of like, you know, I'm tired of not getting took serious. I'm tired of not being a goofball. You guys, you know, I feel like you guys kind of push over me. Don't give me any responsibilities. Like I'm trying to be there for you guys, but it's hard when you don't take me serious.
Yeah.
And it was just like a super deep emotional scene in the middle of New Mayhem, and like looking back, like it didn't make sense in the movie, but like the scene itself was just super like deep, and I wish it comes out and wherever it is in the files, like it's super cool.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Undiscovered Realm Comic Con here at White Plains, New York. How is everybody doing today?
What's up?
So you are here now at the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem, and then there's the new series that's coming to Paramount Plus shortly. So we got two of the stars of it. We got Micah Abbey, and we got Shamon Brown Jr., who's here with us, and joining me here all the way from the Great White North, Canada, we've got my buddy Dave, the TMNT collector, one of the biggest collections of Ninja Turtle stuff known to man.
And the first autographed Tails figure. First autograph.
I was just telling them about the figures are out now in stores, so look at the figures, folks. So, guys, welcome to Undiscovered Realm Con. This is your very first Comic Con, which is awesome, so I'm sure this is crazy for you guys. That movie was a huge hit, but I want to know, both young guys, and we have some young people here in the audience, right? So, as young actors, how did you guys get into this business and land those roles, these now iconic roles from Ninja Turtles?
You wanna go?
Go ahead.
All right. I've been first of all, hello everybody. First off, I started acting when I was 5, but I'm not gonna give you guys the boring details of that. But as far as voice acting, this is my first. The Turtles was my first voice acting, chance of doing all that. So doing the movie and everything, like I remember I got the audition back in like 2021 around Easter. That's the best way I remember it. I filmed the audition actually like a self-tape. Usually when you do auditions for a voiceover work, it's just like you recording in front of a mic, send it out, nothing like that. So I sent it out, I deleted it, I didn't go back to it, then I got a call back from my agents like, hey, we want to do a callback for Shamon for Mikey. And I'm like freaking out because I'm like, what do I do? Like trying to remember, like so I could, do my best thing at doing a role. But really all I did was just kind of like pitch my voice up. For this one, I didn't want to do the surfer dude kind of voice just because like the last guy who did Michelangelo, Brandon Michael Smith, and Rise, he didn't do it. And it's just, I'm like, okay, let me do something different. And I remember I did a chemistry read with the boys. It was a Zoom with a bunch of kids, like people in the Zoom with like turtle shirts on, and they're auditioning with like their colored turtle shirts on, and I came in like a camo striped shirt, and then it was like it was like about a bunch of boys, but it was like I was in 3 out of the 4 groups. One of the groups was with me, Micah, Brady, and Nicholas. They loved our chemistry. Next thing you know, I'm a Ninja Turtle, and like we worked on a movie for like 2.5 years. Announced it at the Kids' Choice Awards, and the rest is history.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.